Welcome to It All Boils Down to You. My name is Misha, and here on this channel, we are all about self-improvement, self-development, and becoming the best version of ourselves. And if you are currently on your own self-development journey or self-improvement journey, and you're looking for a community to grow with and vibe with and share tools and information that you have learned along the way, as well as getting tools and information that I myself have learned along the way, then yes, this community would be great for you. So go ahead and subscribe. Today's topic, we're going to be discussing imposter syndrome. And I chose this because I am all familiar with experiencing imposter syndrome. Listen, for the last couple of days, it has reared its ugly head. And the 3 tips and tools that I'm going to provide with you are the 3 tips and tools that I had to utilize so that I can come out of that. Now, imposter syndrome, from what I understand it to be, or from based off my own feeling and experiences, is when you start something. It could be a career, it could be, motherhood, it could be marriage, you just got married, it could be anything, starting a business, it could be working out, starting a new workout regimen where you haven't been working out and you just started. Whatever it may be, and when you started, you start to feel like you're a fraud, like you're phony, like you're faking it, like this is not really who you are, like you're wearing some type of mask, and any moment now, somebody is gonna find you out to be an imposter. Well, I experienced that all through this journey, right? And especially with showing up behind this camera and getting my message out and sharing my experiences with you all. And for the last couple of days, my brain tried to tell me, like, who would want to listen to you? Who are you to be able to, give this message? Who would want to listen? And I had to literally do this work and really follow these 3 steps so that I can be like, no, like this is what we're doing now. Back in the day, I started an Instagram page, and I just started like working out and recording my workout videos and recording me, what I did for the day as far as exercise. And within a month of doing it, like I was in my groove, I was like really, really motivated. But then in a month of doing it, I just started to feel like a fraud. And there were plenty other instances of me, feeling this energy or feeling this feeling, but I didn't know what it was. So I would just run or go back to my comfort zone and just give up on the things that it was I set out to do, because I felt like an imposter, or I felt like, I was a fraud, basically. This time, when that feeling came and my subconscious started to tell me these things, and I started to have like these negative thoughts trying to convince me that I shouldn't be doing these YouTube videos because, who am I to be doing that? The first thing that I did was go back to understanding how the subconscious work and getting the knowledge of why I'm feeling this way, right? Because I am a strong believer that as long as you know what something is, then it should not affect you. I like to give the example of, if someone came up to you, you're at the grocery store and you're shopping. Someone comes into your face and they just start going off. I mean, calling you every name under the book, right? And before you react, someone comes and say, "Excuse me, I do apologize, but this is my aunt or this is my cousin, and they were diagnosed with a mental illness, maybe bipolar or schizophrenia," right? You're more likely to calm down and be like, "Oh, okay," and understand and go on about your business. You're not gonna allow it to affect you, right? You're gonna have probably more empathy. You're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, I understand. Like, this person doesn't know any better, or they can't help themselves," and you're gonna do it moving. You're not going to sit there and allow it to affect your day, and I will hope that you're not going to exchange words back and scoop down to that level, because you understand that this person is not in their right mind. It's the same thing with understanding how the subconscious mind works. Once you understand that your subconscious or your mind wants you to be comfortable, it wants to protect you, and it wants to stay in the norm, in the same routine, of course, when you try something new, it's going to try to convince you that what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it, because it wants you to do what you're used to doing. Because like I stated before, it takes too much energy to be trying something new. It takes too much energy to learn something new. It takes too much energy just to do something different. So staying in routine keeps us comfortable, and it keeps us, content. The second thing is I started journaling. Now, I love to journal. Journaling is a wonderful tool for all aspects of our lives, but especially when you start feeling these type of emotions and feelings and negative reactions and things like that, or having those negative thoughts. So the first thing for me, the reason why I love to journal is because journaling, when I'm feeling that imposter syndrome and I feel like, I'm not qualified to do this, I'm not qualified to step up to my calling, to this calling that I believe that God placed on me, the first thing I like to do is go back to the journal before I even write anything. Look and read where I've come from, like read the things that I have previously wrote, because in that journal I have, I have entries of me going through that depression when I was in that very dark space. And the purpose of me even creating this channel is because, of course, I'm on my own self-development journey, or personal development journey, but I remember how far gone I was. I remember how depressed I was. I remember the negative space I was in, the energy that I was in. And it was me who decided to get myself out of that and work on myself and pull myself out of that energy. And just to see how far I've come mentally, emotionally, even spiritually, it just empowers me even more. So when I go back into that journal and I see where I come from and I see where I've now taken myself out, it makes me feel empowered. And I'm like, why not me? Right? Because I got the experience and I know exactly what I'm talking about. I understand what helped me. So why not share that with other people? Because someone is going through that right now, and it will literally be a disservice of myself to not share and help someone else and be that person for someone else that I wish I could have been for myself. Boom. Quiet the subconscious down. Because I give it the I gave it proof. And this is, we're not in competition with anyone but ourselves, right? We are in competition with our mind. We're trying to, overcome that negative thinking, overcome those negative habits, right? So part of that is telling your mind, like, look at me, like, look what I've been through. This is what I overcome. So I am qualified for this. And another thing is, now when you start to journal, like I did, I started to write down all of the thoughts that I had, all of the negative emotions that I was feeling, so that I can write it down, rationalize it, and come up and work through that, right? And then I wrote down everything, like anything that my mind told me that I was not qualified for, or I didn't have the experience and no one want to listen to me, or whatever it may be. Write that down. And then once you write it down, now you start, rationalizing with yourself. Start thinking, start, combating those negative emotions, or combating the negative thoughts with good thoughts. And saying your affirmations. That's, part of journaling. Writing down affirmations that's going to help you. That's going to reprogram the subconscious mind and quiet that voice down. Because like I stated, you're never going to not experience this some point, shape, or form in your life, right? New levels, new devils. When you evolve into this new person, when you start this new career, it's going to come back, right? So this is why creating affirmations are wonderful. Now, the last thing that's like, I feel like is more important than all of them is showing up anyway. This is the third thing, going into action. So instead of me running and sitting in that feeling and feeling like, oh, I'm being an imposter, like, I'm a content creator, I'm being an imposter, or feeling like that, or feeling like I'm being fake, like it just doesn't feel natural, right? Or you start cringing, or you know what I mean? Instead of me running, I just do it anyways. That is like the best thing you can do, because that really shows the subconscious like, this is what it is. We're not playing. Listen, I'm a content creator. I create videos. I share my stories with people. I do coaching. This is me. This is who I am. I don't care what I was 2 years ago. I don't care what I was yesterday. Today, I am a content creator. For you, whatever it may be. You may, have just started a new job, and maybe it's a higher position than what you used to, and now you're a supervisor, and this imposter syndrome comes, and you're like, you start feeling like a fraud. Like any day now, the managers are gonna just come call me to the office, figure out I'm lying and I'm pretending to be their supervisor, but I'm really not, and I'm gonna be fired. No, you show up every single day regardless, right? Because eventually, as you do it every single day consistently, you show up as that supervisor. You being that mom, you know what I mean? Like whatever it may be that you're second guessing yourself and you feeling like you're a fraud, show up anyways. I got on got in the shop, got dressed, got cute, you know what I mean? Put up this camera and I'm showing up anyway. And guess what? Those thoughts have dissipated. I don't even hear it. Like, it just feels natural. Me talking to you on this camera, I feel natural. I don't even feel like I'm faking. And that lets me know that this is why it's so important that we always stay in action. We have to always stay in action, because once you stay in action, eventually you are going to become that person. It's going to be you on a subconscious level, because remember, we are reprogramming the subconscious mind so that we can be the best version of ourselves and be that person, and not have it feel like we're faking. Like the saying, fake it till you make it. Yeah, I don't really like that saying. I like the face it until I make it. But even with that, eventually, because you're not really faking it, right? Like if you say like, I want to be this person, I want to be a person that loves herself, takes care of herself, but in every day after you wrote it down and you have committed to becoming that person, you have to start living from that point forward. You can't say, oh, I'm gonna start eating right once I lose weight, right? That's not gonna happen. You have to start living like a healthy person that's healthy already, making choices with your eating, with your food. That's going to help you get to that person eventually. But you still have to live as if you are already that person, whatever it may be, right? So just understand, if you are dealing with the imposter syndrome, or you experiencing that right now, and you're watching this video, please start implementing those 3 steps, and I guarantee you that those thoughts and those feelings are going to dissipate. So as I always state, long as you pouring into yourself, long as you're working on yourself, you can never lose. You're going to always win. Go ahead and comment your experience as well. Like, tell me, like, what do you do when you feel these feelings? Do you run? Do you go into action? I would love to hear about it. Go ahead and comment. But again, please like the video. Please go ahead and share the video, because so that it can reach somebody else, and we can continue to, be those servant leaders and get these messages out. So stick around, stay in. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.